Welcome to this video essay, The Day of Soldado, six, exploring transnational connection. The Day of Soldado is an action-packed thriller that serves a sequel to the 2015 film Sicario. The movie takes place in the volatile world of drug cartels, border security, and government agencies fighting the war on drugs. For the summary of the movie, the story begins with a series of suicide bombing occurs that at the United States-Mexico borders. The U.S. government suspects that the cartels are responsible for smuggling terrorists into the country. In response to this escalating threat, Secretary of National Defense James Matthew Morgan authorized the CIA to take drastic measures. CIA agent Matt Graver, who is Josh Brolin, is called into the lead covert operations to escalate the war against the cartels. He recruits the mysterious and lethal operative Alejandro Jalik to assist him. Their plans is to instigate a war between the rival cartels by kidnapping Isabella Reyes, the daughters of powerful drug lord, and make it too like a rebel cartel's action. During the operations, things go awry when Isabel and Alejandro develop an unexpected bond, and she learns of the plan to use her as a pawn. Despite her pleas, the CIA proceed with the plan. Meanwhile, Matt discovers that their own government has betrayed them, and he is ordered to eliminate Alejandro to cover up the operation. Matt faces a moral dilemma as he realizes the extent of the chaos caused by their actions rather than carrying out the orders to kill Alejandro. Matt instead helps him escape. However, these decisions put them both on the run from not only the cartels but also their own government. As chaos intensifies, Isabella Matt and Alejandro find himself in a treacherous journey across the border. They must navigate through cartels, territories, law enforcement, and government agencies, and while trying to survive and expose the truth behind the sinister transnational connections involved in the drug trade. The Day of Soldado explores the dark and complex world of drug trafficking and the moral dilemmas faced by those involved in the war on drugs. It showcases the intricacies of transnational connections between criminal organizations, government agencies, and individuals, blurring the lines between friends and foe in the pursuit of justice and survival. Well, if we compare this or relate these situations to the Philippines, we all know that the drug war of the administrations of President uh, Rodrigo Duterte is so bloody. That's why some of the criminal court from outside of the Philippines wants to investigate about the drug on wars of Duterte administrations, whether that is the ICC or the International Criminal Court, which is the government of President Marcos did not permit the ICC to proceed or conduct the investigations about the drug on war of the Duterte administration. Well, um, for my own, I just want to say that although the drug on war of the Duterte administrations is bloody and some and many deaths are in there, it is I can say that it is a successful war against drugs since if I compare the times of President Noynoy Aquino versus the Duterte administrations, it is very clear that the street at this moment is clear and there is no fear when you walk alone and even in darkness. So the campaign for the safety of the 30 administrations is I considered it is successful to avoid the gangs and the drugs on the street. Well, go back to the Day of Soldado. The Day of Soldado is a 2018 American action thrill film directed by Stefano Solema and it serves as sequel to the 2015 film Sicario. The movie explores the theme of transnational connections focusing on the complex of and interconnected relationship between different countries and criminal organizations and the government agencies involved in the drug trafficking and border security. The film delves into the intricate web of transnational connections by examining the following key aspect. Well, in relate to the transnational connection, the drug cartel and smuggling, the movie portrays the operations of powerful drug cartels that operates across national borders, smuggling narcotics and illegal goods. It depicts the violence and ruthlessness associated with these criminal organizations as well as the challenge faced by law enforcement agencies in combating their activities. Government agencies involved Day of the Soldado also highlights the involvement of government agencies from different countries in the fight against drug trafficking. It explores the often ambiguous and morally questionable tactics of deployment by these agencies in their pursuit of justice and securities. I recall some of the news that some of the overseas Filipino workers used to carry drugs by their own bodies. They swallow the drugs and they store it in the stomach and they go to the other places to deliver securely the drugs. Border security and immigrations, another importations transnational theme in the film is border security and immigrations. It examines how the smuggling of people across borders is intertwined with drugs trafficking and how these issues are linked to the large political and social context of the region. That is the sad reality that the political or the politician is involved in drug trafficking also. Political and social ramifications. The movie also look at the political and social consequences of the actions taken by various characters and entities involved in the transnational drug trade. It touches upon them such as corruption, international relations, and the impact of local communities caught in the crossfire. Loyalty and betrayal. The film portrays complex relationship, alliances, and betrayals among individuals and organizations operations within and across borders. This aspect further emphasizes the intricate connections that exist within the context of drug trade. Overall, The Day of Soldado provides a dark and realistic portrayals of the complexities of the drug war and the far-reaching transnational connections that drive and sustain the illegal drugs trade. By exploring these themes, the movie aims to shed light on the multiple multifaceted challenges faced by countries and agencies in their effort to combat drug-related crimes and maintain border security. That's all. Thank you.